could you explain to us the process that takes place from arguing a case before the justices to the final decision?
Yeah.
How does a justice decide what his or her decision will be? Do justices talk with each other after they have just heard a case? Do they try to persuade each other? Lastly, how does the court decide who will write for the minority and for the majority?
And we go twice a week. When we're hearing arguments, we have what's called a conference. We hear arguments Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And on Wednesday afternoon, we have a conference about the cases we heard on Monday. And Friday, we have conference about the cases we heard on Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, it's just the 9 of us around the table, and we go in order. I get to start, so I will say, we heard argument in this case about the Fourth Amendment from Pennsylvania, and this is what happened, this is what the arguments are, and I think we should reverse the court, because I think they got it wrong. Next, Justice Stevens, who's the next in seniority, he'll say what he thinks. And he'll say, well, you know, maybe he agrees with me, maybe he disagrees. If he disagrees, he'll say why. He says, I think this case shows we ought to affirm, and he'll explain why. And then on down the line, Justice Scalia next, Justice Kennedy next, Justice Souter, all in order of seniority, and we talk about it. We have a very strict rule that nobody gets to talk twice until everyone's talked once, because you can imagine with 9 people sitting around, otherwise everybody just start talking at once. So we go pretty much in order, and then we vote. And that's our tentative decision. Now, you asked who decides who gets to write the opinion. That's really the only special power I, as the Chief Justice, have. I get to decide who writes the opinion for the court. So let's say it's 6-3. And at the end of that week, I'll go back and say, well, you know, Justice so-and-so should write the opinion in this case, Justice so-and-so should write in this. Now, if I'm in the minority, if I'm with the 3 and not with the 6, then the most senior of the other justices gets to assign the opinion. Then we will occasionally talk about it. You know, you see it, justices either in writing, talk about it in writing, write memos saying, you know, you made a point at conference that you thought it should be affirmed for this reason, but what about this case? That seems to go the other way. I think we should reverse it, and send that around, and people reconsider it. It's not at all unusual for us to change our minds as a result of that process, and somebody's trying to write the opinion. The opinion is an important part of the decision process. It's not like we decided finally at 6-3 and now we'll write one opinion that says why and another opinion that says why you think it should come out the other way. In the course of writing the opinion, justices might decide that that's not quite right. I thought this was the case, but I had to write it down, and as I wrote it, it became clear that maybe this should come out the other way, and people will change their minds. And once all the opinions have circulated around and the other justices have joined one opinion or the other, when it's finally ready to come out, we'll go into court during an argument day and announce it. And I'll say, today, you know, Justice so-and-so has the opinion of the court in this case, this Fourth Amendment case from Pennsylvania, and that justice will read a summary. The opinion might be 20 pages long, but they'll just give a short summary announcing the decision, and that becomes part of the law of the land.